Hello, thanks for joining me for today's Lunch and Learn. I'm Keith Armour, the Adult Education and Workforce Development Manager. Well, school is back, and sorry students, but so is homework. So today we're going to explore all the several library resources and services that students and families can use to help with everything related to homework. And it's all free with your library card. Well, all right, we've arrived at our website, chpl.org, to find homework help resources. What we're going to go first is right over here under services. And then we're going to go over 3 columns, go right under here for families, and click on homework help. This opens up and it shows you 2 different sides. Let's talk about the left-hand side first. This is our homework help program that we have homework helpers that are in these branches right here and those hours. This is where students can walk in, bring their homework with them, and we will sit down and we will help them with their homework. Now, it is a service that's kindergarten all the way up to 8th grade, so it's a really great service. So if your branch is not listed, you might want to let your branch know that you would really like that service at your branch. The other side is for everyone, and this is our homework help now from BrainFuse. If we click right here, now, of course, when we click on Homework Help Now, another window will pop up and you'll have to put in your library card number and your PIN if you're not in the library. Homework Help Now is a really great database, a really great service that the library subscribes to. Right now, 7 days a week from 2 until 11, there are live tutors that will help with any type of homework issue. Now, the live tutoring is right here. We click there. And then there's a little filtering system. So if I went to, let's say 3rd grade, you see these are the subjects. If I go right here to, let's say 11th grade, a lot more subjects, a lot more things that are a little bit more difficult. Now, the reason why you have this filtering system is that it's going to go to the correct tutor. All of these tutors have been background checked, they're college graduates, and they also have an expertise in more than one field. Now, if you need a Spanish tutor, you just click on this little box right there and you get live help. That's 7 days a week from 2 in the afternoon until 11 at night. So when your little 5th grader says something about, hey, I have some homework that's due on Monday and it's 7 o'clock on a Sunday, you know that this is a resource you can go to. What will happen is a window will pop up and there'll be a whiteboard, an interactive whiteboard. So everything the student puts on the whiteboard, the tutor can see. And then they communicate through the whiteboard and also through text messaging. Very, very, very helpful, especially if you're not quite sure about how to answer some of those questions yourself. They also have a writing lab. Now for the writing lab, you do have to create a user name. Very easy to do. You just put in some basic information. But once you have your paper ready and you need some more additional eyes on the paper, you want to upload it right here from your computer. And then I always suggest right here when it says comments, what's the assignment? Well, it was a biography on Benjamin Franklin. And then you hit submit, and within 24 hours, it will come back into your message center. It won't be emailed to you. It will be sent to your message center in Homework Help Now. Now, in the message, what will happen is there'll be a Word document with your essay, and then on the side will be some comments. So maybe you forgot some punctuation. Maybe you put in a word that was spelled correctly, but it wasn't the correct word for that particular sentence. And it's really a great way to kind of have another set of eyes on your work. Now, if we go back to home, Skill Surfer is really very helpful for everyone. It's helpful for students, it's helpful for teachers, and it's helpful for parents and caregivers. So it's broken down into different age groups with different grades. So we've got lower elementary for K all the way to 2nd grade, math, reading, and science. And then the upper elementary adds up to grade 5. and it adds social studies here and writing and communications. Middle school is right here, and then of course high school is right there as well. So if I was going to go to, let's say, go to 5th grade math, there are a bunch of these practice tests. So if you are wondering where your student, your child is, you can give them a practice test and kind of figure out where they are. These are all the different things. Here's operations with fractions. These are the things that are expected for students in the 5th grade, pretty much nationally. So if I wanted to find out a multiplying a whole numbers by operations here, here's some examples, and then they give me some practice questions as well. Practice questions are right there. And if I'm still having problems with this, with operations with fractions, I can, between 2 and 11, 7 days a week, click on this and it will go directly to a tutor that knows that the student is having some issues with operations with fractions. Maybe they know that one, but they need to multiply fractions. Yeah, do that. Yeah, multiply, find the product of two fractions. So there's some more examples and then some more practice as well. Very good, very, very helpful. Skill Surfer goes over a little bit of everything. And if you're looking, if you want to know a little bit more than your student, you might want to check that out before you start helping with the homework. Send the question is the same thing like the writing lab. You do have to have an account. Very easy to create one. And then within 24 hours, the answer to the question comes in your message center. Language Lab has Spanish, and then it also has a vocabulary builder with a lot more different languages here. And the last thing that I want to point out here is, of course, some featured services. You can get live chess tutoring and also online resources, but the chess tutoring is Monday through Thursday from 3 until 9. FAFSA is the date of everything has changed again. I think it's back to December. The new form comes out, but if you need expert help with answering any questions, you can get a live tutor that will help you with the FAFSA and give you some assistance Monday through Thursday from 2 to 11. If I go back to home, there is a summer camp where they curate some skills here. So next June, you might want to check this out if you want to keep your student, their brain a little active during the summer. Flashbulb is a great way that you can create and share different flashcards for a lot of different things. All right, I'm going to go back to the main page, and we're going to go right over here in the blue banner where it says Research Databases. Now, don't forget, research databases are just friendly websites that the library subscribes to on behalf of the wonderful taxpayers of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. And they don't have any ads. So the homework help that we just were looking at, you didn't see any ads pop up. These are ad-free, so it really is very good. The information has been fine-tuned and has been looked at by library staff. So that's the reason why they're offered here. There's two things that I want to point out. One is right here under dictionaries and encyclopedias. If I click there, you can see all of our dictionaries and our encyclopedias down here. We have a Spanish version of the dictionary, of the encyclopedia. We have an early world of learning. That's for preschoolers up to about 1st grade. World Book for Kids has a nice little feature where it has a little carousel, and you could click on any of them. You could find out about birds. You could have it read to you. You could print out a picture, and remember, you can print for free at the library. You can look at the citation of different ones, and you could actually have it read to you as well. The curriculum standards are here. It's always going to default to Ohio, but our friends in Kentucky and Indiana, they can switch it so they could look at the standards for Kentucky as well. There's all the pictures, so if you wanted to hear a bald eagle, you could listen to that, a great horned owl, And then they have some additional information, and sometimes for their World Book for kids, they even have some games that have a feature as well. I'm going to go back to the dictionaries, encyclopedias, and then World Book Advanced is a little bit of the same thing. Of course, you can type anything in here and they will go directly to that encyclopedia entry. And remember, it is up to date. And then, of course, they also have a carousel. So if you want to just check out the Great Barrier Reef, they change this on a regular basis. And you can save it to your Google Drive and also create an account as well. I'm going to go back to the main library and then go to research databases. And the last thing I want to show you is Homework Help, the databases. This is a whole collection of really useful information to help with homework. ABC Mouse is only available at our 41 different locations, but it's a great interactive feature, and it's designed for those preschoolers all the way up to about first grade. There's the link for Homework Help Now, and remember, it does go all the way up to adult. And you can also practice your SAT prep, and they also have some other test preps as well. Biography and Context has over 5,000 biographies, and they update those on a regular basis, and you can get a lot of great information that way. Culturegrams is one of my favorites. It goes over, of course, Canadian provinces, United States, and of course the World Edition. So if we picked on a country, and I picked on, let's say, since we're all in France for the Olympics, you have a Did You Know? You have an infographic on the average person in France. You can also look at different maps. So if I want a simple map, I can print that off. I can listen to their anthem. I can also print their flag out, and I can look at the latest information, like their population is right there, about a little over 68 million people. And the citations are right here too. So if I wanted to find out the citation, it would generate the citation. You'll see on the left-hand side, there's more of a drill down. So if I wanted to know the gestures for France, there it is right there. I can listen to this. I could download it. I could also save it to my Google Drive, add it to a Google Classroom as well. I'm going to go back to France. So there's all of this over here. And then over here on the right-hand side, you've got the curriculum standards are here. Teaching activities, over 50 of them for not just France, but for using culturegrams. And then you have one of my all-time favorites, the recipes. Here are some recipes that are just for France. Right there. Get to know the French a little bit better by looking at their recipes, famous people, and of course you can then print out a full report as well. I'm going to go back to the databases for Homework Help Now. And then, of course, down here, a lot of different search engines. And once again, on that same page, you've got all of the World Book encyclopedias. All right, so that is Homework Help. Don't forget about our in-person services. And let me tell you a few more things, and we'll call it a day. All right, make sure you check to see if your local branch has a homework helper for kindergarten all the way up to the 8th grade. And don't forget to use, just a click away, our Homework Help Now online. Tutors, free, 7 days a week from 2 until 11, and lots of other wonderful online resources to help with homework. All free with your Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library card. I'll see you next time for another Lunch and Learn.